What is standard form of complex number? A plus B, where real part of the A and imaginary part of the Z is BI नहीं, हाँ B, I include नहीं था तो right. Now second quantity which we need is modulus, under root of real part square plus imaginary part square, and argument tan inverse of imaginary part upon real part. આ થોડી basic information હતી જેની આપણને જરૂર હોય mostly. Then higher power of I is actually under root of -1, right? So I square must be -1. Then what about I cube? It is actually product of I square and I. And I square is nothing but -1. So this will become -I. Similarly, I raised to 4 is product of I square and I square. -1 becomes 1. Okay. Similarly, if we want to find out power of I raised to 5, then split into I raised to 4 and I raised to 1. I raised to 4 is 1. I ones are I. In case of I raised to 6, 4 and 2. So that will be -I. I raised to 7, I raised to 4 into I raised to 3. I raised to 4 is 1, I cube is -I. Sorry, I -1 also. Done. I raised to 8, product of I raised to 4 and I raised to 4, that will be 1. So notice करें तुम्हारी values repeat है. I -1 minus I 1. Again I -1 minus I and 1. Right? તો તમે I ના પાવર ઇન્ક્રીઝ કરો તો એની વેલ્યુ ઇન્ક્રીઝ થતી નથી. Right? એની વેલ્યુ શું થાય છે? રિપીટ થાય. So if we want to obtain I raised to 109, so in technique याद से શું કરતા હતા? Yes, divided by 4. We simply divide 109 by 4. 4 2s are 8. Then 4 7s are 28. Remainder is 1. So I raised to 109 is simply I raised to 1. Correct? No problem. Ekdam easy peasy. Okay. Now, what is 1 upon I? Yes, very good. Pandeyji has a formula. We have to multiply and divide by minus I. Right? So minus I ones are, and in denominator will get minus I square. Where I square is? So this will become minus I. Right? Okay. What we have? Here we have n as a positive integer. And we have to find value of 1 minus I raised to n and 1 minus 1 upon I raised to n. So we have to simplify this. Take whole raised to n common. First term will be 1 minus I and second term will be 1 minus 1 upon I. Now 1 upon I ગમે તમને જરા શું કરવાનું? Yes, 1 upon I is simply minus I. So this will become 1 plus I. Right? Now here we get A minus B into A plus B. So its product must be A square minus B square. So within the bracket, it will become 1 square minus I square. And we know that the value of I square is -1. So this will become 1 plus 1, or we can say 2 raised to n is your answer. Ta-da! We have to evaluate summation from n equal to 1 to 13. And we have I raised to n plus I raised to n plus 1. સમેશન કરીએ પહેલા થોડું એક્સપાન્શન કરી દઈએ. કોમન શેની કરીએ બંનેમાંથી? I raised to n. So remaining term 1 plus I. Okay. Now 1 plus I is actually constant. Take it outside. We just have to expand I raised to n. Place the value of n. Start from 1, 2, 3 up to 30. Okay. I raised to 1, I square, I cube, I raised to 4. ક્યાં સુધી આ ચાલશે આ બધું? 13 સુધી, right? Okay. એક નાનકડી વસ્તુ નોટિસ કરો તો. What is the value of I square? -1. And I raised to 4. So both can be cancelled out. Similarly, what is I cube? -I. And here we have plus I. So we can say summation of i's from 1 to 4 terms will be 0. ठीक है सर, 4 શું કરવા? 5 to 8 નો summation બી શું હશે? Yes, exactly. Up to 12 terms. So આપશે આપણને 0. So the only remaining term will be I raised to 13. Last term હશે 12 સુધીનું પેપર 0. Okay. Now what is I raised to 13? 13 divided by 4. Remainder will be 1. So here we get I raised to 1. Now open the bracket. I ones are i's are I square. So this will become I square बोले तो -1 plus I as a required complex. Right? अब एक नानकड़ो डाउट पूछी लो निष्ठा ने. निष्ठा, real part of the z is and imaginary part of z is બરાબર જ નહીં જણાય. હમણાં જ તું I એ પહેલા મેં કીધું કે I is not part of imaginary. 1. ધ્યાન રાખજો, ભૂલ થશે આવી. If x plus iy is equal to 1 plus I upon 1 minus I the whole cube minus 1 minus I upon 1 plus I the whole cube. હવે કહેશે કે બ્રેકેટ કેમ આમ ખાંચી નાખ્યું? આરસુ જોઈએ એટલે યસ. બોલતો ભવ્ય, પહેલા બ્રેકેટને સિમ્પ્લિફાય કરવા શું કરીશું? Rationalize. Multiply and divide by its કોણ? યાદ રાખજો હંમેશા. Okay. And denominator no conjugate is 1 plus. Okay. So let's simplify. In numerator we have 1 plus I the whole square. So expand it. 1 plus 2I plus I square. And in denominator we have a minus b into a plus b. So we can say 1 square minus I square the whole square. Right? Okay. બોલતો બેટા, સેકન્ડ ટર્મમાં સેમ વસ્તુ કરવાની છે. શું કરીશું? બોલો તો શું મલ્ટીપ્લાય ડિવાઇડ કરીએ? 1 minus I. Very good. So in numerator we'll get 1 minus I the whole square. So that will be 1 square minus 2I plus. Very good. And in denominator the whole cube, right? Okay. Now in further simplification, notice that I square is -1. So 1 minus 1 will become 0. The only remaining term in numerator is 2I. And what about denominator? Okay. Hold it up. Second bracket ma 1 and I square will be cancelled out. So we'll get minus 2I upon ma as usual 2 the whole cube. So 2 will cancel out. I cube is minus I. and again 2 will cancel out, plus I cube, and that is minus. So here we get a question yaad છે ને? We have to find out x and y. X is actually real part of the left hand side. So by comparing real part, we'll get x equal to, because here we don't have any real part, so we'll consider as 0. And similarly, imaginary part will be y will be minus. Done? So ta-da! If this condition is given, we have to find value of what is your x? Real part of right hand side, and y. So we have to simplify our left hand side first. And for that, numerator simplify करिए. So let's open your numerator. What we have in numerator? 1 plus I square. Open the bracket, we get 1 plus 2y plus I square. Temporary. Okay, and in denominator we have 2 minus I. Okay, now बोलो શું કરીશું બેટા? 1 and I square cancel out. So only remaining term in numerator is okay. Okay. Now what? Very good. And multiply and divide by conjugate of denominator, which is 2 plus I. चलो multiply करो. 2i 2s are 4i 2i square upon 4 minus I square. Okay, now simplify. What is 2i square? Minus 2. And 4i will be as it is. And in denominator we have 4 plus 1, or we can say 5. Okay. So we get x plus iy is equal to minus 2 by 5 and 4 by 5. Now, to get the value of x, compare real part, will give us x equal to minus 2 by 5. And by comparing imaginary part, we will get y equal to 4 by 5. So we can say your x plus y must be minus 2 by 5 plus 4 by 5. You can say 2 by 5. Ta-da! Any problem? Okay. Alright, nanakdo twist. Suppose we have to find out x square plus y square. In that case, take modulus on both sides. Modulus के अंदर under root भी आवा. So to avoid that, let's square on x both sides. Let's talk about left hand side. Real part is x square plus imaginary part is y square. I square y square. Okay. Now numerator 1 plus I square. Real part is 1 square plus imaginary part is I square नहीं है, बची गया, फरीकी बची गया. And this whole square yellow वालों as it is. And what about denominator? 2 square बराबर नहीं कराए. 2 square plus minus 1 square. अब बहुत कॉमन मिस्टेक છે જે થાય છે. પહેલી I વાળી એ તો મેં દંડો મારી ભગાડી દીધી, બટ હજી એક આ રહી ગઈ છે કે ભાઈ વચ્ચે પ્લસ માઇનસ ગમે તે હોય, વચ્ચે તો શું જ આવશે? પ્લસ. ઓકે, so we will get x square plus y square is equal to 4 by 5. Ta-da! Nobody can. Question number 5, we have to find a and b. It is given that a plus bi is equal to 1 minus I upon 1 plus I raised to 100. ठीक है, ये तो देखिला देखिला लग रहा है, हम लेफ्ट साइड में करी, राइट. What we'll do? Multiply and divide by its conjugate. So it will become minus I raised to 100. Minus I raised to 100 means I raised to 100, or we can say 1. So by comparing real parts, we will get A equal to 1 and B equal to 0. जो एक नानकड़ी सलाह है, याद राखी लेजो, 1 plus I upon 1 minus I is always I. ऊपर जे साइन હોય ને એ જ I ની સાઇન હશે. 1 minus I upon 1 plus I is always minus I. MCQ માં કામમાં લાગશે.